Hello, second grade, and welcome to your math lesson. This is math lesson 65. It is the lesson for Monday. So that'll be March 23rd, okay? This is your math lesson for Monday. Okay, you are going to need a piece of paper and a pencil. So if you don't have that right now, please put pause and go get it, okay? Okay, now that you're back, or maybe you had a pencil and a piece of paper. So high five if you did. Now that we're back, we are going to be learning about fractions. So you will not need your piece of paper or pencil till the end of the lesson. Okay, so just hang on tight. I'm going to share my screen with you, and you are going to see some pictures. Okay, so just give me 1 second. Okay, there it is. Perfect. This is our math lesson 65, and we're going to be learning how to write fractions, okay? So let us begin. So today you will learn about fractions, and you will learn how to write those fractions, okay? So the first thing that I want to do is I want to draw 4 circles, and I have already done that right there. You can see that 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 circles, right? Now let's pretend like they're pies. What kind of pies do you think we would have? I think maybe I would have an apple pie. Does that sound yummy? What other pies do you think we should have? Yeah, maybe a pumpkin pie. There it is. What other pie? Maybe a banana cream pie. That sounds really yummy. And our last one, how about it's a chocolate pie? That sounds really good, right? So let's pretend like we have 4 different pies, right? And let's say that we eat the whole pie, right? How much of the pie did we eat? You're right, we ate the whole pie, like we just said. So when we're writing fractions, there are 2 things. I'm going to move this over here. There are 2 things, okay, that we need to remember. There's a top number right here, and then there's a bottom number right here. The top number is called the numerator. Can you say that with me? The numerator. That one's never on the bottom. It's always on the top. The one on the bottom is called the denominator. Can you say that with me? Denominator. Great. And that one, the way to remember is that the denominator starts with the D and it's always down. It's always at the bottom. Okay? So the number at the top is the numerator, and the number at the bottom is the denominator. Okay? Okay. So the numerator on top, we've talked about this in class, but the numerator on top tells you how many pieces you have, right? And the denominator, the number at the bottom, tells you how many pieces you have all together. Okay? So if I have a pie, I have how many pieces? 1. You're right, I have 1 piece. Now, if I'm going to split my pie, let's say I'm going to split my pie, right? If we have 1 pie, we don't split it up, we have 1 pie, right? And let's say you're going to eat 1 of them. So the top number is how many pieces you have. 1, you're going to eat 1, over how many pieces you have all together. I only have 1 pie, and I'm going to eat 1 slice, which is the whole thing, right? It's going to give you a stomach ache, but that would be 1 over 1. Okay? Now, let's say we have another pie, right? You have a picture of a couple of pies right here, okay? So let's say I want to split my pie into two. I'm going to share it with you. So let's say I want to split it into two. Which pie in these three pictures, 1, 2, and 3, which pie is the one that is split into two pieces? Remember, when we split something, they're equal pieces. We want to be fair, right? So we're going to give everyone equal pieces. So which one of these three pictures shows me a pie that is cut into two equal pieces? You're right, it is. That one's our one. That one is the pie that is split into two equal pieces. Okay, how many pieces does this pie have? 2. That's so right. Good job. And now let's see if you remember this. What do we call each piece of this pie? So what do we call this one and what do we call this one, right? There's two pieces. Two pieces. What do we call one piece and what do we call the other piece using numbers? 1/2. Okay? So it's 1/2 and 1/2. Remember, the numerator is, if I'm going to split this pie in half with you, and you're going to take 1/2, and I'm going to take the other half, the numerator tells you how many pieces you have. You're only going to have one slice. And the denominator tells you how many pieces are all together. So it would be, you are going to have 1/2 of a pie, okay? So 1/2 plus 2/2 equals 1 whole pie, right? Okay, let's move on. So 1/2 and 1/2. Okay, so let's just say we are going to share our pie with 3 of our awesome teachers at Holy Innocents. So the first person we're going to share this pie with is Mrs. Cruz. And the second person we're going to share this pie with is with Mr. Raybuck. And the third person we're going to share this pie with is with Miss Robles. So you have to have one for yourself, one for Mrs. Cruz, one for Mr. Raybuck, and one for Miss Robles. How many pieces, how many slices of a pie are you going to need to have equal pieces for everyone? Right, 4 pieces. One for you, one for Mrs. Cruz, one for Mr. Raybuck, and one for Miss Robles. Okay, let's move on. So now, can you point to the picture that has 4 equal slices? 4 equal slices for you, Mrs. Cruz, Mr. Raybuck, and Miss Robles. Which one has 4 equal slices? Good job. That's exactly the one. So it's that one. Oh, and this one too. Miss Santana made a silly mistake. This one also has 4 equal slices. These two are both the right answer. Okay. So this is the pie that has 4 equal slices, right? One for you, one for Mrs. Cruz, one for Mr. Raybuck, and one for Miss Robles. Okay, so we're going to need 4 slices. And now I'm going to ask you, what do you think we're going to call each slice? The numerator, the one on top, is how many slices you have that you're gonna get. How many slices are you gonna get? Are you gonna eat the whole pie? No, you're only gonna have one slice. So the numerator is going to be a 1. Now, anytime you're writing a fraction, you always write the numerator first. So how many slices are you going to have? 1. Now, you need to draw a line, and then you have to tell me how many slices are there all together. That one is the denominator. So what is the denominator? Let's count together. 1, 2, 3, 4. Good job. 4. So how much is each slice? 1/4. Good job. 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Okay, good job. So we did that right. Now, I want to show you another pie, another circle, and I want you to draw this circle on your piece of paper right now. You're going to draw the circle. Okay, you're going to draw a circle. Don't worry, it doesn't have to be perfect. Just draw a simple circle. Okay, a circle all the way around. And now the first thing that you're going to do is you're going to draw a line right through the middle, a symmetrical line right through the middle. Okay, you did that? Give me a thumbs up when you've finished. Good. Okay, so we're going to draw a line right through the middle. Now the next thing that we're going to do is we're going to draw a line across. Okay? Give me a thumbs up when you're done. Good. So now that we've drawn this line right here, now we're going to draw a line that goes across. Ready? What kind of line is this? We have a vertical, we have a horizontal, and we have an oblique line. What kind of line is this? Good job. It's an oblique line. So we're going to draw this oblique line this way. Now give me a thumbs up when you're done. Good. Now we're going to draw another oblique line going upwards. This way. Okay. Now give me a thumbs up when you're done with that line. Good. Good job. Okay, so we have our lines. You should have a circle with 8 different slices, pieces. So go ahead and count it. Let's count it together. 1. Ooh, let's go back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Good. So how many slices do we have all together? What is our denominator? 8. We have 8 slices all together. Now, Miss Santana is going to eat 5 slices. She's going to eat 5 slices. So let's go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Miss Santana ate 5 slices of a pie. Wow. Okay, so now it's your turn. I want you to color it in. So now that you have your circle, color in 5 pieces of the circle so that you have 5 eighths. Okay, you don't have to color it just like mine. As long as it's 5, you can do 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. You can do whatever one you want as long as you color 5. Okay, give me a thumbs up when you're done. 5 pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, now, this is my question for you. How many pieces are you going to have for yourself? How many pieces are left for you to eat? Yeah, you're right. There are 3 pieces left for you to eat. 1, 2, 3. 3 pieces. Good job. So now, I want you to write with your pencil, I have, and then you're going to tell me how many slices you have for yourself. Okay. How many eighths do you have for yourself? How many? So you're going to write, I have 3 eighths. Did you get that right? Good. If you didn't, that's okay. We'll keep on practicing, okay? So I have 3 eighths left, period. Don't forget your period. Miss Santana ate 5. She ate 5 eighths of the pie. And now how many slices are you going to eat? How many slices do we have left over? We have 1, 2, 3. So you have 3 eighths of the pie, right? So you're gonna, underneath your picture, you're gonna write, I have 3 eighths of a pie, period. Now, if you don't know how to spell pie, I'll tell you how to spell it. It's P-I-E. P-I-E. Okay, great. Let's move on. Okay, so now I am going to show you a picture, and it's going to be this picture, okay? Now, I want you to tell me how many pieces are there all together. What is the denominator, the number at the bottom? How many pieces do we have? We have all together. 1, 2, 3, 4. So our denominator at the bottom is going to be 4. Now, if I told you that you're going to have only 1 slice, what would we have to write for every slice? We would have to write 1/4, 1/4, 1/4. Okay. Now moving on to our next one. I helped you on this one. Next one, I'm gonna try to have you do it on your own. What would we write for every single piece for this one? How many pieces are there all together? And then you have to write it per piece. Okay? Now the next one. Count how many pieces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces. So how much is each piece? They're all equal sizes, equal pieces. So how much is each piece? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay. Oh, let's go back. Let's count this one. What would each piece be called? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 pieces. How much is each piece? Okay, so let's see what each piece was. Let's go on to the next slide. So how many of you said 1/4? Good job. And if you didn't get it, that's okay. We'll keep on practicing. So 1/4. Each one of these is 1/4, right? Because if we add it all up, 1 + 1 + 1 + 1 equals 4. 4/4 equals 1, right? So this one is 1/4, 1/4, 1/4, and 1/4. All together, we have 4 pieces, so that's why there's a 4 for the denominator, the denominator, the denominator, and the denominator. But we have only one slice, so it's a 1, only one slice, a 1, only one slice, 1, and only one slice, 1. Okay, so let's go on to the next one. How many of you said 1/3? Good job. So 1/3, how many pieces are there all together? 1, 2, 3. So our denominator is going to be a 3. Each slice, it's only one slice. So we're going to put a 1 for the numerator. Okay. Can you point to the denominator on this fraction? This is called a fraction. Can you point to the denominator? Good job. It's that one. Now, can you point to the numerator? Remember, the numerator is never on the bottom. Good job. It's this one. Okay, let's go on to the next one. 1/6. Perfect. Okay. How many of you got 1/6? Good. Awesome. Again, if you didn't, it's okay. We're still going to keep on practicing. And if you need a little bit more help, unfortunately, we're not in the classroom, but I am definitely positive that if you ask your mom or your dad or someone who's taking care of you that's older than you, they'll be able to help you. Okay, so this is 1/6. There's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 pieces all together. Each piece is 1/6. 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, 1/6, and 1/6. The tongue twister. Okay, and our last one is 1/8. How many of you got 1/8? Good job, you guys are doing so well. Okay, 1/8. Again, and if you didn't get it, it's very much okay. We are gonna keep on practicing. And remember, it's all about practice, right? It's all about our practice. Okay, 1/8. How many slices? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There's 8 pieces. So our denominator is going to be 8. Good job. And our numerator, since it's one slice, is going to be 1. So it is, each slice is 1/8. Good job. Remember to say this at the end. 1/8. Good. Okay, so now I'm going to stop sharing my screen. Let's see. Ooh, I have a pointer. Okay, I'm going to exit this. I'm going to stop sharing. And I'm going to share my screen again, but this time I'm going to use the whiteboard, okay? Keep on doing it again. So now this is where you're going to use your pencil again. So I'm going to draw a couple of shapes on the whiteboard, and I want you to draw it with me, okay? So please pick up your pencil and your pencil and draw on it with me, okay? Ready? Let's begin. Let me get my pencil there. Let me make this bigger. Okay, perfect. Okay, so I'm gonna draw this shape. So draw it with me. My shapes are not gonna be perfect, so I'm so sorry, but that's okay. So I'm going to draw a circle. Remember, it doesn't have to be perfect. There we go. And I'm going to split it into fourths. Fourths. Okay? Cut it with me. Wait for my directions, okay? Put this down here. Uh-oh. Okay. Okay, so let's do it into fourths. We cut it down the middle. Remember, they have to be equal. Mine are not going to look equal because this is a little hard to do on the computer. Okay. Okay. Now, on the bottom of this one, I want you to write how many pieces there are. Okay, I'm going to give you 10 seconds to count. How many pieces are there? You're right. There's 4. Okay, so we're going to write 4 pieces. Okay, I'll write this. 4 pieces. Okay. Erase that. So I want that to be underneath your drawing, okay? Oh no. Okay, well, that's good enough. 4 pieces. Now, inside of the drawing, I want you to draw what the fraction would look like, kind of like what we did before. Okay, you ready? I'll get you started. I want you to label all of them the same. So how many pieces are there? What's the denominator? Okay, give you a hint. Each slice is its own slice, so each slice is 1. So what are we going to draw at the top? A 1. Good. So now this one, how many pieces are there? 4. What's the denominator? 4. So we're going to draw a line. And how many pieces do we have right here? 1. Good job. So now I want you to finish these up by yourself, okay? I'll do it with you, but you can do it by yourself. Okay. Good. Perfect. We did it. Okay, now I'm going to draw another shape. And I want you to draw it with me, okay? I'm going to draw a circle. Again, it's not going to be perfect. And this is a trick, okay? When you want to draw 3, you're going to draw a Y, okay? So just follow me. 1, stop at the middle, go up, and then go down. Okay, how many pieces do you have at the bottom? You ready? How many pieces? You got it. 3 pieces. Now, I want you to write the fraction inside of the circle. And then I'll do it with you. Okay. How many pieces? What's the denominator? 3. Good job. Now, what is the numerator? The one on top. Well, how many pieces do I have? 1. Good job. Now over here, how many pieces do we have all together? Good job. 3. And what's our denominator? Sorry, what's our numerator, the one on top? How many slices do we have? 1. Okay, over here, 1/3. You would say 1/3. There's 1/3, 1/3, 1/3. That makes one whole, right? One whole thing. Okay, and now I'm going to do a last one, okay? Again, draw another circle. Again, it does not have to be perfect, just draw the circle. Okay, now do it with me. We're going to draw a line right through the middle. Okay, a vertical line down the middle. Okay, now we're going to draw a horizontal line the other way. We're going to draw an oblique line this way. Remember, they have to be equal slices, equal slices. And then we're going to draw another oblique line this way. Okay, how many pieces are there? Let's count. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 8 pieces. Okay, write it underneath. 8 pieces. So now let's label it with our fractions. Okay, how many pieces altogether? What's their denominator? 8. Good job. And how many slices do I have right here? 1. Good job. Over here. Now you finish it off, okay? We'll do it together. Okay. Almost there. Let's see who finishes first, Miss Santana or you. Okay. Let's see. Okay. So now, after we're done, I hope you've been practicing your shading. We're going to shade. I'm going to tell you how much to shade. You're going to shade it, okay? So for this one, I want you to shade 2/4 of the circle. Can you shade 2/4 of the circle? Remember, 2/4. 2/4. I want you to shade 2/4 of the circle. Can you do that for me? Let's see if I can do it too. I'll put a little check mark. 1, 2. Good. Give me a thumbs up if you got it right. Okay, good. Okay, now for the circle with 3 pieces, I want you to shade 1/3. Only 1/3. Can you do that? Okay. You got it. Good job. Now, for the one with 8 pieces, I want you to shade 3/8. 3/8. 3. Oops. 3/8. Okay, ready? Let's do it together. 1, 2, 3. So you should have shaded, shaded, and shaded. Good job. Okay, so now what I'm going to do is we are done with our lesson. So now you can put pause on the video or just wait till it finishes. And I want you to finish your worksheet, okay? That is a worksheet that you will have as your classwork, and it'll be due at the end of the week, okay? So if you have any questions, I will be calling this week. So if you have any questions, you can when we're on the phone, you can say, Miss Santana, I had a question about this, and we will go ahead and I'll go ahead and help you. Okay? So this is the end of our math lesson, and I look forward to seeing you soon. Okay, totus tuus, Maria. Bye-bye.